Explosive style and timeless elegance. International movie stars walking the red carpet on the opening night of the Cannes Film Festival. A glamorous parade of familiar faces and some new ones.
This year, the Cannes Film Festival wasn't just about cinema. It wasn't about glitz, gowns, or even the legendary premieres. No, Cannes 2025 turned into a political minefield. Red carpet glamour collided with accusations of genocide. Lifetime Achievement Awards turned into live political takedowns. And the silence of some celebrities, louder than any speech. This wasn't just another film festival. This was Cannes on fire. And what happened here may have just changed the role of Hollywood forever. The festival opened like any other year. Flashbulbs burst across the croisette as A-list stars descended in diamonds, tuxedos, and designer drama. Leonardo DiCaprio stood tall, honoring his longtime friend and cinematic legend, Robert De Niro, with a prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. But just as the applause faded, De Niro dropped a bombshell. Instead of reminiscing about his films or thanking his co-stars, he turned his speech into a political gut punch, aimed directly at US President Donald Trump. He called out Trump's latest move, a proposed 100% tariff on films produced outside the US. Let that sink in, De Niro said. You can't put a price on creativity, but apparently you can slap a tariff on it. The room froze. Cannes had just gone from celebration to confrontation in 60 seconds.
And now he has announced a 100% tariff on films produced outside the US. Let that sink in for a minute. You can't put a price on creativity, but apparently you can put a tariff on it.
If you're still watching, you're deep in the real story. And trust me, it only gets crazier. Hit the subscribe, like, comment, and share buttons if you want more untold stories like this one. It helps a lot more than you think. But the most emotional moment wasn't on the red carpet. It was on stage, delivered with quiet rage. Juliette Binoche, the jury president, paid tribute to a woman who couldn't be there. Fatima Hassouna, a photojournalist and the subject of a harrowing documentary screened at Cannes. Fatima was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Gaza, along with her family just weeks before the festival. Fatima should have been with us tonight, Binoche said, her voice trembling. But art remains. It is the powerful witness of our lives and dreams.
Fatima
should have been with us tonight, but art remains. It is the powerful witness of our lives and dreams.
The room held its breath. It wasn't just a tribute, it was a statement. But the real explosion was still coming. Earlier that same day, nearly 400 filmmakers, actors, producers, and crew members signed an open letter. Its demand: an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and an end to what they called ongoing genocide. The letter swept across the festival like wildfire. Major names added their signatures, but one name was missing: Juliette Binoche. When asked why she didn't sign it, her answer was vague. You will maybe understand a little later. What did that mean? Was she pressured? Was she planning something bigger?
So my question is to you, Madam President Juliette Binoche, why you chose not to sign that letter, and also, do you believe that the movie industry does need to speak out more about the war?
You will maybe understand it a little later.
Social media went wild. Some praised her restraint, others accused her of cowardice. Whispers grew louder. Had Cannes told her to stay silent? Officially, the festival tried to steer clear of politics. But unofficially, that ship had sailed. Cannes honored Ukraine with 3 documentaries, including one by acclaimed director Sergei Loznitsa, now in competition for the Palme d'Or. But Gaza, aside from Fatima's film, organizers remained largely silent. Critics called it a double standard. Why Ukraine and not Palestine? Cannes was being torn apart by the very silence it was trying to maintain. Behind the scenes, tensions were boiling. Rumors surfaced that some actors threatened to pull out unless Cannes acknowledged the crisis in Gaza. Whispers spread that festival staff had asked stars not to mention Palestine on stage. But not everyone played along. One filmmaker reportedly wore a keffiyeh in protest. Another arrived with "Free Gaza" etched into her gown. down. On social media, fans were divided. Some praised the subtle rebellion, others accused celebrities of using the conflict as a photo op. No matter where you stood, one thing was clear: Cannes was no longer just about movies. Just when the tension threatened to consume the festival, a familiar face parachuted in. Literally, Tom Cruise. Promoting the final chapter of the Mission Impossible saga, Cruise arrived in classic over-the-top fashion. Helicopter? Possibly. Speedboat? Maybe both. Fans screamed, cameras rolled. For a moment, it felt like the old Cannes again, but the moment didn't last. Cruise's blockbuster premiere couldn't compete with the drama unfolding off screen. Even the biggest action star on the planet couldn't distract from a war half the world was watching in real time. That's when the conversation shifted again. People started asking hard questions, not just about Cannes, but about Hollywood itself. Why is the industry so vocal about Ukraine, but hesitant on Gaza? Why are some celebrities brave enough to speak, while others hide behind PR statements? Some said it was fear of losing roles. Others blamed powerful studios and pro-Israel lobbying. But the deeper question lingered: has Hollywood lost its moral compass? And can a film festival like Cannes afford to sit on the fence? Just when you thought the Cannes red carpet was all about glitz and glamour, the festival introduced a new twist: a stringent dress code. In 2025, organizers implemented rules banning naked dressing and voluminous gowns with long trains, citing decency reasons and concerns over guest movement and theater seating. This sudden shift left many celebrities scrambling. Halle Berry, serving as a jury member, had to make a last-minute wardrobe change, swapping her original Gaurav Gupta gown for a more compliant Jacquemus dress. "I had an amazing dress by Gupta that I cannot wear tonight because it's too big of a train," she explained. However, not everyone adhered strictly to the new guidelines. Bella Hadid turned heads in a daring black Saint Laurent dress featuring a thigh-high slit and side-bearing design, pushing the boundaries of the no nudity rule without overtly violating it. Heidi Klum followed suit, donning an Elie Saab gown with a dramatic pink train, directly challenging the prohibition on voluminous outfits. The enforcement of these rules sparked debate. Chinese actress Zhao Yingzi was reportedly asked to leave the red carpet due to her shimmering silver sheer dress with a high slit skirt, which allegedly violated the new dress code. Fans speculated whether it was her attire or the time she spent posing that led to her removal. These incidents highlight the tension between artistic expression and institutional regulations. As Cannes attempts to navigate this delicate balance, the red carpet has become a battleground for discussions on fashion, decency, and the evolving standards of public appearances. The glitz and glamour of Cannes have always masked deeper tensions: class, race, politics. But in 2025, the mask slipped. This year wasn't about what people wore or which films got standing ovations. It was about who spoke up and who stayed silent, and whether silence in times like these is just another form of complicity. Cannes 2025 was supposed to be about timeless cinema. Instead, it became a moment of reckoning. The red carpet became a front line, the applause became a question mark, and the silence that said more than any speech. So now we ask you, should Cannes stay neutral, or has neutrality become the loudest statement of all? Let us know in the comments. And if you think Hollywood's golden image is starting to crack, hit that like button.